how to pass 100% of prop firm challenges. Now, I got funded with FTMO back in 2021. I took 4 $100,000 FTMO challenges, and I passed every single one without failing a single one. Am I some 10 out of 10 trader? No. I would consider myself a 4 out of 10 trader. It's possible that many of you watching are a way better trader than I am. However, there are a few things I did to ensure that I did not fail. In today's video, I'm going to share exactly what those things are and how you too can pass 100% of every challenge you take. One of the most important things that I think is underlooked is cheapness. Now, I am a very cheap person. I love saving money. And when I quit my job in 2021 to finally pursue full-time trading, I did so with only 12 months of living expenses in the bank, or I had to go back and sign up for a minimum wage job, which I just did not want to do. And so the very first thing I had in mind when it came to taking a challenge was not passing. Most traders sign up and they say, I have to pass. It's my number one goal. But no. For me, my number one goal was to not lose the sign-up fee. I signed up with FTMO at the time, and their challenge was in euros, I believe. So I'm in Canada, so Canadian dollars. It cost me almost $700 for a 100K challenge. That was more than a month's worth of rent, a huge amount of money. And because I did not want to lose this sign-up fee, it led to me doing a whole bunch of things differently had I not been afraid of losing that money. Come on, let's be real here. People around the world spend so much money on so many stupid things that we do not need. I myself would consider myself a minimalist. I'm very, very specific on what I spend money on. So for me, if I could put on one lesson, if I could give you one lesson, it would be don't have passing be your number one goal. Have your number one goal be not losing the sign-up fee, and that's going to make everything else that we talk about in this video way easier. Okay. First thing that I did because of that was I only focused on A+ setups. We see all the time at Lark Funding traders taking trades that are just not very strong, whether it's a B+ or a C-, whatever it is. They're silly setups that don't need to be taken. I get it. When you're trading and you're in a challenge and you're looking at the charts, you want to take a trade. You want to be in the market. It's fun and it's exciting. It makes you feel like you're being productive. But really, the most amount of money, the majority of money is made on only a handful of days every single year. Okay, so by focusing on those A+ setups, you're going to be way more disciplined and you're going to have the quality of those setups be much better. And a higher quality setup means it's much more likely to be a win. So for me, if you've been following this channel or my personal channel for a while, you know that I need 2 to 3 confluences on the daily time frame when taking a challenge to take that trade. I did my very best to ensure that when I started a challenge, I did so with a winning trade. But we see it all the time. Traders sign up, they're so eager to start. Take a deep breath, have some discipline, have some patience, and make sure that we're only taking A+ setups. Number 2 is also a very obvious one, but again, so many traders don't do it. I myself for years didn't do it. And that is avoiding red news events. Those major news events that you see in my FX book that just absolutely shake the market. All the time as traders, we think, oh, I can predict this. I know what's going to happen. It's such a clear buy. It's such a clear sell. I'm going to get into this trade. I'm going to jump into the market. And it doesn't work. It's gambling. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Even the biggest hedge funds in the world don't know what's going to happen. And so we need to avoid major red news events, and it will make a huge difference in your trading. It made a huge difference for me. Again, I'm like a 4 out of 10 trader, but by avoiding these news events, it helped me pass these challenges. Okay, number 3 is obviously risk management, but more specifically, risking only between 0.5 and 1% per trade. It's pretty standard. It is said throughout the trading world. I kind of use a little bit of a dynamic risk, meaning that I start small and then at the time when there were still 30-day time limits, I would increase it over time. Yes, it's going to take longer to get back up to break even, to get back into profit. But again, we are patient, we are disciplined, we are stoic. We are going to pass 100% of these challenges. Another obvious one, but it's one that many traders neglect, and that is only signing up for a challenge once you are ready. How do you know when you're ready? For me personally, when I was ending every week profitable, when I was ending every week up more than when I started the week, I had momentum, I had confidence, and that's when I took a challenge. Now, it took me many years, 5+ years to get to that point. So don't think that if you're new to trading, I've had a few good weeks, let's sign up for a challenge. Most likely not the best idea. Next up, when in profit, get aggressive. This is what I did when there were 30-day time limits. So if I was up 2%, I would risk 1.5%. If I was up 3%, I would risk 2.5%. So if it was a loss, I'd still be in profit. I don't know if I would do this still today because there aren't time limits anymore. But I think if I say get aggressive, it doesn't necessarily mean in the objective risk you take. It's more of the mindset of, I personally always default in trading to playing defense rather than offense, and sometimes that hurts me. When you're up in a challenge, you do have to get aggressive. You have to say, okay, I'm up 4%, I have another 4% to go, or whatever it is. I'm going to push on the gas. I'm doing well. I have the momentum. Let's keep going. It's just a mindset shift of don't lose 4% versus let's go make another 4%. And the last one really combines all of the ones that we have spoken about, and that is remain stoic. Trading is so difficult, but it can get a lot easier when we realize that there's so many things outside of our control. There's only a few variables that are within our control. I used to focus on the next trade. I used to get so obsessed with the next trade, but I realized the next trade is completely outside of my control. I can't control what the market's going to do, but I can focus on the next 100 trades. So rather than focus on the next trade, I know that over time my edge will play out over a large enough sample size, the law of large numbers. So I'm going to focus on the next 100. That is within my control. I know my edge is going to play out. And that's why I think the goal of, say, making 1% a month or 5% a month or whatever it is, I think it's a dumb goal. It's a goal that I had for so long, but we don't get to control how many setups we get that month, what the market does with those setups. I think it's dumb. So rather than saying I'm going to make 5% a month or 2% a week, I'm going to set the goal of I'm going to follow my trading plan perfectly. I am going to spend time on the charts from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I am going to only focus on the 4-hour and daily time frame, right? These things are within our control. And if we can craft our trading plan along those lines, the results over here that are outside of our control will take care of themselves. Now, all of these concepts are simple in theory, but they do take a lot of discipline, a lot of stoicism. It took me 5+ years to do it. I spent over $10,000 on Forex courses, but really the strategy and mindset I used to get funded, to pass these challenges, I knew the very first day I started trading, but I just didn't have the discipline or the mindset to actually execute it. Before you leave, pitmunch.com is the #1 daily trading newsletter for traders. Over 27,000 traders trust Pitmunch. It goes out every single morning, market analysis, prop firm news, all that good stuff to help you get funded is in there. So please subscribe to that down below. It's 100% free. And it's crazy. Over 90% of you watching aren't subscribed to the channel. It helps us out tremendously. It's an insane number. Come on, guys. Please hit the subscribe button down below. It helps us out a ton. And again, if you had any questions, if you think I'm ridiculous, if you think I'm done, if I missed something, I always love connecting with you guys in the comment section. So drop a comment down below. And as always, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.